Good morning, everybody. Silas back again today. It's a nice one out there today. Today's Friday, and it's finally supposed to warm up a little bit. We got a heat wave coming through, and it's up to 15 degrees right now. That may not sound like much, but compared to those negative 15 and negative 20 wind chills we've been having, I'll take this any day of the week. It's actually supposed to get up right up to freezing, maybe a tiny bit above freezing, so I'm looking forward to that. Today's adventure, we are going to try to process some cars. I'm going to get them ready today, and then Monday, I plan on crushing some cars. I know a lot of you have been asking to see some cars get crushed, so starting Monday, I'm going to start crushing them again. I don't know that I'll record a whole lot today, so I'll probably take whatever I record today and add it together with whatever I do on Monday. I'm starting to get a pile of them ready to go. I cleared out a path so I could stack them back here because I don't really have anywhere else to stack them. It's kind of a shame on that little Toyota there. That's an old vintage one, but everybody said those axles were worth big money, but man, I've had that thing for almost 2 years now. I've advertised those axles for $300 for the pair, and nobody was interested. And I even said I'd throw in the transmission and transfer case at that price, but nobody was interested. Price just shot up big time today because of the conflict in Ukraine, and it's probably going to keep shooting up through the next month or so. So I'm just going to start smashing everything while prices are good. Whenever prices shoot up really fast like this and really hard because of something like what's going on right now, they always inevitably tank hard a few months later. So I'm thinking I better just crush as much as I can humanly possibly crush and get that money in the bank. That way when prices collapse in a few months, I don't have to worry about it. The cats on this here, what is this? Mercury? Milan, I think it is. Something like that. They are absolutely brutal. I managed to get that one out, and the one underneath was easy. This in here, I just now finished unbolting this bracket, and I'm going to stick the fork on it, see if I can bust it now. Boy, I've been working on this thing for 15 minutes, but I guess when you consider those are probably worth, $150, $200 a piece, that's $400, $500, $600 for 15 minutes worth of work. Not too bad, other than we probably paid about $400 for this car, so that's not all profit. Got it off of there, popped right off there once I got that bracket out of there. Had to poke it in a couple different places to get the back bracket to bend out of the way, and it came right off. These are all the ones I got off so far today. I'll load those up before I leave. Haven't got a whole lot off, but like I said, most of these cars I already had prepped before. I just had to pull the aluminum wheels and drain the fluids out of them. So now I gotta take this Mercury up there, drain the fluids out of it, and add it to the pile. There's an old one there, just came in by weight. 1970 something or another Ford. Kind of a shame, there's not much rust in it, but it's not worth saving. It's pretty well stripped out, just a bare cab and doors, and then the frame and flatbed. I realize there's some parts of the country where those doors are probably worth a small fortune, but unfortunately this isn't those parts of the country, and it would cost a fortune to get to those parts of the country, and nobody from those parts of the country is going to come to this part of the country to pick them up. I've been in this game for a long time, so I know how it's played. And I am done for the day. I got quite a bit ready to go. There's going to be a whole bunch of stuff to crush on Monday. I got all the fluids reclaimed, I got all that done, got the converters off, aluminum wheels off. There's one car has 2 aluminum wheels on it, but my battery went dead, so I got to charge my batteries over the weekend. But I should have plenty of stuff to crush on Monday. I've got that old Rancho and that old Ford truck behind me. They both have 9-inch Fords in them, but I'm probably not going to have time to cut those rear ends out. And now the price is up, those are worth quite a bit of money just to crush them. And I've got about a dozen 9-inch rear ends laying down there right now, and nobody's been interested in them lately, so I'm thinking I'm not going to bother saving anymore. So both of those are probably going to hit the crusher on Monday as well. I'm going to be absolutely cleaning house. I've got that tanker truck still, but I'm waiting for them to go up on price. The yard that I was taking stuff to at the Claw hasn't gone up on price yet, and I'm probably not going to be selling much to them anyway. I would like to take them that just because it won't fit in the crusher, but I'm not going to take it down there and sell it for, if it weighs 5 tons, it's going to be worth, $100, $150, maybe $200 more here in a few days, hopefully. But anyway, I'm going to grab my Sawzall and gather up a few more converters that I have laying on the ground out here that I cut off, and then I'm going to head out, so I'll be back on Monday. Welcome back, guys. It's Monday. We're back out here again. It's actually about 10 o'clock. I think, yeah, it's almost 10 o'clock right now, and I'm just now getting started with this. I have been on the phone since about 7:30 this morning. I had to package a few things for eBay early, and then I got out here, and it's just been phone call after phone call. You would not believe the amount of drama that goes on out here. It's worse than the Kardashians. It is bad. In the scrap world, there is just tons, mega levels of drama and backstabbing and you name it. And it's just some crazy stuff happened over the weekend, and I had to try to finagle my way through all that this morning and try to smooth this over and smooth that over and try to do this and that. We lost a major farm cleanup I was supposed to do, There was a whole bunch of really cool old cars out there and stuff like that, and I guess they sold the property with the cars on it, and the new owner didn't know about us, and they sold it all to another company, and they just came in with an excavator and smashed them all flat. So that's kind of unfortunate. And then there was some drama on prices and different companies, and it's just, I try not to bore you guys with that stuff all the time, just because it's not, nobody wants to hear about drama. I mean, some people do, they like that reality TV drama, but you guys know I don't try to do that out here. But you know, at the end of the day, it is what it is. But I think I pretty well have everything smoothed over for now and worked out for now. I don't like drama, so I tried to work it out and tried to balance this and balance that. So now that we got all that mostly taken care of, I'm going to get to crushing cars. Good news is that the claw went up a little bit. They're still not paying as much as I'm getting elsewhere, so I can't sell them much, but I can haul this in now. I don't have my truck and trailer with me today. That'll be a separate video though, so we'll just keep this one going today for crushing cars. I've got these 2 trucks here ready to go. I've got this Mercury ready to go. I'm just now finishing draining the fluids out of this one here, and then I've got this whole row of cars ready to go. I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them here. So it's all ready to go, so I'm not sure how long it'll take me to crush these. Not very long, because they are completely ready. All I gotta do is put them in there and push the button. All right, I didn't get a whole lot of crushing done. I had some junk cars come in. I had a truck and a frame and a bunch of just little junk. I didn't really want to buy a whole lot today by weight, but it just kind of happened in that way, so I guess it is what it is. It's been so cold lately that now it's finally a nice day outside and everybody's wanting to sell stuff. I got somebody bringing me a bunch of converters this afternoon, but then after that, I don't know of anybody else. Nobody else has called, said they're coming in, so I'm thinking I should have plenty of time to crush a bunch more cars. Right now, though, I'm gonna go grab me something to eat. I'm back from lunch. Here's what I got crushed. Before I left, just 5 vehicles. That's a pretty healthy stack there. I kind of crushed them in reverse order, though. I usually like to crush the top bundles first. That way they're on the bottom. That way I can just unstack them and load them in the trailer as they get here, but that's okay. We'll figure that out later. It doesn't take that long just to switch them around. Well, I just got a message. It looks like I'm not going to be able to crush cars as much as I wanted to today. I'm probably going to have to leave around 3:30 or so because a guy called and he has a 1946 Plymouth. Or he didn't call, he messaged me. And he needs to sell it today. I made him an offer on it. And he said he'd take that if I can get it today, this evening when he gets off work. So I guess that's what I'm doing now. Well, I'm not doing it now. Sometimes I say the wrong word. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get back to crushing. That 3:30 is 2.5 hours from now. It's only 1 o'clock. So I should have plenty of time to get the rest of these cars crushed, get out there, get my truck and trailer. I don't know exactly what I'm buying. Looks like there's one wheel missing, so hopefully it cooperates and it rolls up on my trailer okay. And I never did get my winch fixed, so I'm going to have to actually stand there and hold the wire on it, but that's okay. And now all the cars that I processed are gone. What took almost a day to process took about 2 hours to crush. And the only reason it took that long is because I had a ton of people bringing out stuff. If I would have just been crushing them, it probably would have took me about 30 minutes. What I'd really like to do is eliminate some of this pile right here. If I could push this pile back to about where that silver Thunderbird is right there, clear this area out right there, and probably grab that stack of 3 and that stack of 2 right beside it, get those out of here. That'd clear this whole area out, and then I can get in here a lot better. I want to take some of these, like this old Thunderbird, this old Dodge truck, that old Dodge, all these old Dodge trucks really, take those out to my place, put them out there, because that's ones I'll keep for myself. There's quite a few old cars in here I'd like to find a home for. Here's an old Mach 1. Like this old Vega. That's a pretty cool old car. It's complete. I don't want to junk it, but we'll see. If I can get all this cleaned out, this area right here doesn't really hold that much water. Over there kind of does, but right here doesn't. And then I can start stacking bundles over here. That way I don't have to stack them in the street. We'll see what happens though. What I want to do and what actually happens rarely go together. It's usually polar opposites of each other. But I would like to at least get a few of these moved out of here. Probably my biggest objective, honestly, should be this pile right here. I've got this old supercharged Mercedes AMG. I really hate to crush that. It's got a bad motor, but it still has a supercharger on it. It's worth quite a bit of money, but man, I don't know if I'll have time to pull that off. But if I could eliminate a whole bunch of this pile, at least back to about there with that white, what is that, a Honda Pilot or CRV? Yeah, it's a CRV. If I could get it back to there cleaned out, that would give me enough room to turn around in here, because right now I have to back all the way out of the yard. Here's the last one for the day. This just came in. This is something you don't get too often. Old GMC Forward, same thing as an Isuzu. I think this door's locked. Yeah, this door's locked. But little thing, I don't know nothing about it. I don't know if it runs. I kind of doubt it. Probably doesn't. Probably just junk. It's got a Chevy V8 in it. These wheels used to be worth money. These old 6-lug 16-inch wheels. I don't know if they're worth anything anymore, but they used to be worth money. But now I'm going to head out to the other yard to get my truck and trailer. And actually, I just talked to my dad, and he says if he gets his truck unloaded in time, he might just go with me, and we can take his rollback up there and get that car. So it'd be even easier than using my truck and trailer. But he doesn't know if he's going to have time for sure or not. So if not, I'll get my truck and trailer ready. Either way, I'm going to head out there though. But as soon as I get there, I'm going to have to shed a layer. I'm wearing 3 layers right now, and I am sweating like crazy. It is hot today. Hard to believe I was freezing a week ago today. It was bitter cold, and now here it's sweltering hot. Even this morning, it was 25 degrees when I left the house this morning, and right now it's almost 70. Just huge roller coaster of temperatures. We are on the road again. Some of you may remember, it was down here and then down that way a couple miles. I cleaned up that farmstead that had that big field of milo on either side of it. But I had a hard time getting the stuff out of there without tearing the milo up too bad. But that's what it looks like now. It's all just brown stalks. They'll plow it under here pretty soon, most likely. That was just right down over there, so I'm driving kind of past that again, headed out to get this car. The car I'm going after is in a little town called Lindsburg. It's a pretty neat place. I actually haven't been there in quite a few years. Actually, I take that back. I went there and I picked up a 56 Dodge, I think. Oh, about a year and a half ago. I'm not sure. I sold that one to Mr. Goodpliers, I believe. That's the last time I've been there, and that's been quite a while back. But it's a neat little town. If you got time, Google it. It's kind of neat. We are in the absolute middle of nowhere out here. It's pretty country though, especially in the spring and summer. Right now it's kind of brown, for lack of a better word. Everything's brown right now, but it sure is beautiful out here. Lots of good scenery. There's lots of hills here. Yeah, check that out right there. That's a beautiful shot right there. I am in the absolute boondocks. Check out that little white house. Well, isn't that cute? Huh. Old Time Cemetery. Fremont. Yeah, I guess I was just in Fremont, Kansas. Little tiny, I don't even know if you can consider it a town, probably unincorporated. Population of probably 30, I would guess, maybe. Now, everybody always says that Kansas is really, really flat, which it is flat compared to places like Colorado, maybe. But actually, check this out. Now, it may not look very big and impressive on camera. That's actually a pretty big hill. I think if you rank the states from flattest to not flattest, Kansas only ranks like number 9 or number 11 on the list. We're actually not even at the bottom of the list. We don't even rank in the top 5 flattest states. I'm taking a little bit different route home. I'm going through a little town called Marquette. You know, I'd never want to live in a small town like this, but they're neat to drive through, neat to look at. There's bunches and bunches of these old-time farmhouses. They're well over 100 years old each. Probably 100, 120 years old, if not older. There's a bunch of them that are starting to fall apart. There was one I wasn't able to get a video of it. It was a little tiny house out on the prairie. I'll be sure to put that on my Instagram and Facebook page as a picture of it. But it's falling apart, but it's just really neat. There's the car. I didn't film loading it or anything like that. I'm kind of in a hurry to get back home before it gets dark because I still haven't fixed the headlights on this truck. So I really don't want to be out driving past dark. That was absolutely brutal. I just had to drive 5 miles with the sun right smack dab in my eyes. It was below my visor, so it wasn't blocked out, and I don't have my sunglasses with me, so that was absolutely brutal. Good morning. I'm back out here again today. Last night I got into town just as it was getting dark, and I didn't want to have to drive clear across town to come out here in the dark because with the headlight situation on this truck, it just wasn't going to work. So I thought, you know what, I'll just park the truck and trailer at my house, and then I'll drive it out there in the morning. I'm a little bit worried. My windows are down in the truck behind me. This window's up, but the other window's down. So I'm really hoping a raccoon or something didn't climb in there last night. Nope, no raccoon. Everything's fine. I went by a place yesterday and I saw them dumping all these wooden blocks. And I thought, you know, I'm going to stop in there and ask them what they're doing with those. And I asked him, he says they're free for the taking. And so I grabbed as many as I could. I was kind of in a hurry, so I just threw them in here. I had all these rotary hose in here still yet. So I got to get all this stuff emptied out. These blocks of wood, they're not cured, but they are dried. But I think they're like kiln dried, something like that. So it's not probably as good as actual cured wood that you let sit outside for a year or 2 years, whatever. But they'll burn. And for the price of free, and most of them are already the right size to burn, all this sort of stuff I can put right in my stove that's in there. And then the bigger blocks that are too big to fit in that, I can use out here in the burn ring. I'll get all that unloaded later, but right now I'm going to show you guys the car I bought. It is a 1946 or 47 Plymouth Special Deluxe. It's a pretty cool car. You can see it was in a wreck at some point in time. And this pillar right here is caved in a little bit, and this door's caved in. Somebody started fixing it up and they replaced the driver's door. I have a whole set of the other 3 doors that match that door in the back of my truck. They were going to replace all the doors on it, or at least both of them on this side. They never got around to it though. The guy I got it from picked it up on a farm. He was going to do something with it, and then he thought about parting it out, and then he just decided, you know what, I just need to sell it. So he sold it to me. It's got all the dash in it still. It's got the horn ring. It's got the center button in the middle of the horn ring still. It's a pretty well complete car, I think. I think everything's here. There might be a few pieces of chrome missing. I think that one's gone, and the rocker panel trim's gone. It's missing a few things, but it does still have the rock guards. That's a cool piece there. A lot of times these old cars will just have those little rubber deals on there, but this is being the Special Deluxe, actually has the chrome. It's got a pretty cool nose on it. It's got the old plastic light up hood ornament. Actually lights up. It's missing one of the headlight bulbs, but I can get another one put in it. That one over there is broken, so it really needs both of them replaced. It's a pretty cool car. Unfortunately, there's just not a whole lot of value in these. The engine's still in it, still turns, but I mean, I'm sure it would run if a guy wanted to put some effort into it. But like I say, there's just not a whole lot of value in these cars. I may try to sell it real quick, but he tried to sell it before he sold it to me and didn't have much luck, so I'm sure I won't have much more luck. Well, there's a whole bunch of chrome in here, so it might be complete. There's the oil bath. I never even opened the trunk when I bought it. For what I paid for it, I plan on just chopping the nose off, so I guess it didn't really matter. You know, it might be kind of a shame to cut the nose off of this one, but what do? You can't keep them all. But this car here, if somebody did want to buy it, like I said, I've got 3 extra doors for it. And actually the original door that was on the driver's door here is laying inside the car. So if you just wanted to turn this into yard art or something like that and want a matching patina, you can just put the original door back on it. But if somebody wanted this car, I'd probably take like $1,200 for the whole thing. If you guys are interested in these cars or anything else that you might see in my videos, my email is in the description of the video. Feel free to email me. Sometimes when I'm super busy, I don't get back right away, but I will get back to you eventually. Just got a phone call and they're going to be coming to live load some cars tomorrow. All those cars that we crushed in this video. So I've got to go back and I've got to crush a few more just to make sure I have enough for 2 loads. So I'm probably not going to unload this car today. I'll probably wait till another day and get that done. Maybe I'll come back this afternoon or maybe tomorrow afternoon. We'll just worry about that at a different time. Right now, I need to get my truck unloaded, all that wood and those rotary hose, and I've got to get over there and get to work. I hope you guys enjoyed this one. If you did, please leave me a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments what your favorite part was. I hope you have an absolutely fantastic rest of your day. And remember to get out there and find an adventure. We'll see you next time.